Okay, friends.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning, friends. So today we will see our important topic that is border molding and final equation for upper lower dangerous patients. So, friends, why this final border molding and final equation is required? So in primary impression, what we are doing, we are doing the gross impression. So in that extended impression we are making. But in final modern molding and impression, we are doing refining of primary impression. And we are making the impression within the physiological limit. So what's we achieve when patient our oral cavity is not under always not under in the rest position. So it is in function. We are chewing, growling, snarling, swallowing. So all the muscles, perioral muscles, are in the state of functions in active form. So what we are recording in border molding, we are recording the muscle, we are recording the borders within the physiological limit so that nature can sustain or stable in oral cavity. Okay, so for successful making final impression very well in good manner, we should know the knowledge of anatomy. We should know the bone foundation. We should know which material we are using, which is indicated material for that particular situation. It is not always necessary that we can use zinc oxide engineering impression paste for final impression, because in allergic patient we have to use alternative. We can use alginate. We have to use light body. We have to use non-alginate, non-usual material. Likewise, you should know how choices different material. Again, for good impression, we help to ensure that complete nature is stable, retentive, and comfortable to the patients. Means for very good, we should know the anatomy, we should know the borders, we should know the materials that are suited for particular situation. Okay. So for then border molding, what is the definition of border molding? It is a shaping of border area of the impression tray. It is a shaping, it is a tracing of border area of a special tray, that you are special tray you are making in the cold cure special tray, customized tray by functional or manual manipulation of the tissue. Functional means with the help of hand manipulation, as well as patient we are asking side to side movement, swallowing movement, or closing of the cheek, tongue movement. That is a functional movement, and by hand by manipulation, various manipulation maneuver we have to do adjacent to borders to duplicate the contour and size of the vestibule. So what we are achieving, we are duplicating the contour and size of the vestibule to the denture, to the final impression tray. Means thickness, height, width, what we are achieving in the border molding. Okay, so it is a peripheral tracing within the physiological limit. Okay. Then after border molding, what the deficient, we are removing the spacer. We are removing the spacer to get adequate space for the zinc oxide insulin impression material, light body impression material, azimuth impression. So final impression is an impression that represent the completeness of registration of the surface. So it is a just finish or wash. Wash means you have to only add the deficient here. area, that is relief area, that is spacer area. So it is a basically that area only recording the minute details in the defined impression material, that is zinc oxide visual impression paste or any light body or any particle or any alternate impression material. Okay, so this is the definition. So before going to what the clinical significance of anatomical area, so limiting area, we have to limit the border molding within the limiting area, that are the vestibule, frenum, buccal frenum, debuccal frenum, posterior palatal cilia, lower arch, retromolar pad, labial frenum, lingual vestibule, buccal vestibule. So that is the limiting structures. So we have to limit our border molding within the limiting area. Supporting area, then heart palate, posterior slope of heart palate, anterior heart palate, buccal sac area, mandibular reach. These are the supporting structure. And relief area, that are the various mental foramina, incisive papilla area, midline raphe area, any eminence. So these area we have to relieve because we won't want pressure on that vital structure. Okay, so that we have to live in the our border molding and final impression. So what we are actually, we are literally making the impression rather than taking. Means we are manipulating, making what we want. Taking is just kind of snap is the taking, and what we are doing border modeling, we are shaping is a making, is the rather than the taking the impressions. Okay, so what are the steps? So first steps is patient sitting on the dental chair. What the position of the patient, what the position of the doctor, selection of the tray, trimming of the tray, selection of the material, border molding, and final impression. So in the sitting of the patient, patient should sit in upright position with head raised on the occiput, and dentist position is always on the rear position. Means in the patient, it's patient is seated on the chair, you have to stand on the right side. If left-handed dentist is there, patient dentist has to stand on the left side. So depending on the doctor's dentist position. So left-handed, you have to stand on the left side. Right-handed, stand on the right side of the patients. And always remember, jaw, mandible, when patient open, the floor of the lower jaw, it should be at the level of elbow. Elbow. That should be the dentist position and patient position during recording of border molding or recording of final impression. Okay, so that is the position of the dentist and position of the doctor. So what is the objective of border molding? What is the purpose? It should record the functional depth and width. म्हणजे vestibuleची width आणि depth आहे. We have to record in the border molding material. That is green stick we are using. Again we have to use polyether. Again we have to use putty consistency. So these are the various material that record the peripheral tracing area. So that will achieve the maximum area coverage. So border, all the border we have to record within the physiological limit. Then second objective is peripheral series is defined as any contact of denture border with underlying or adjacent tissue to prevent passage of air or other substance. So it is a basically positive contact to the tissue within the physiological limit that will prevent the air, that will prevent the food particles, any substance, because we are during speaking, air is generated and it is passing outside. That's why our various Y's are pronounced. So what our aim is to seal that air passage area and food particle area. When patient chew, when patient swallow, food should not enter from all peripheral area. That is our main objective. Then third objective, modeling compound like sticks, autopolymerizing acrylic resin, metallic oxide paste, that is zinc oxide isonary impression paste, elastomeric material, impression waxes and tissue conditioners are the various materials that are used for border molding. Okay, so these are the various objectives of the border molding. Then first, your custom tray, that is specialized tray, check in the oral cavity to check whether it is stable. So how you can check the stability? You can check by applying alternating pressure on the left side, right side, left side, right side. That's alternating pressure you have to apply to check the your custom tray whether it is stable or not. Okay. Then retract downward the tray to check the extension. It should cover the posterior palatal seal area. It should cover the tuberosity. Again, check whether frenum space is there or not. In labial frenum area, check the space. In buccal frenum area, check the space. And your tray, it should be 2 millimeter short of the depth of the sulcus. Our custom tray should be 2 millimeter short. That should we have to evaluate in the patient's mouth, not on the cast. What you are doing mistakes, you are on the cast, what you are doing, you are making 2 millimeter short. But what your impression compound, it take extended impression. So in over the cast, make sure it is 2 millimeter short. Again, that 2 millimeter short, check in the mouth to check whether it is a 2 millimeter short of the depth of the sulcus or not. And if it is not short, then you have to trim the special tray with your stone balls to make it 2 millimeter short. Okay. Then apply, dip the indelible pencil, that is HND pencil, in the spirit and apply to posterior palatal seal area. So what the posterior palatal seal area basically? Posterior palatal seal area. So posterior palatal seal area or postdam area, it is a soft tissue. See the picture, it is a soft tissue at the junction of soft and hard palate. Soft and hard palate and soft palate, on which pressure within the physiological limit. So the arrow area, this cuspid bone area. Yes, can you see in the pictures? So cuspid area, pressure within the physiological limit of the tissue can be applied by the denture to aid in the retention. So pressure in that area applied, it will lead to retention of the denture. So it is a junction of hard and soft palate. Okay. So it is made up of two regions: pterygomaxillary seal, pterygomaxillary seal anterior, pterygomaxillary pterygoid. This is a pterygoid plate. Pterygoid plate. So the part of posterior palatal seal area that extend across one hamular notch to another hamular notch, and it extend 3 to 4 millimeter anterolaterally to end in the mucogingival junction. So this is the uh, marked area, that is the pterygomaxillary seal area. Okay, and then post palatal seal. So this is the part of posterior palatal seal area that extend between two maxillary tuberosity. So it is a between two maxillary tuberosity. So for that marking, we have to mark the vibrating lines. So an imaginary line that draw across the palate that marks the beginning of the movement of the soft palate when patients say ah. When patient say vigorous manner, it is anterior vibratory. Non-vigorous manner, it is a posterior vibratory. Remember, Volvosa maneuver, it is used to mark the anterior and posterior vibrating line. So posterior, postdam area, posterior palatal area, it lies between anterior and posterior vibrating line. Anterior vibrating patient say vigorously ha, then it mark with the indelible pencil. Then ask the patient to say ah, non-vigorous manner. Then mark that area, and in between vigorous and non-vigorous area, that is called as posterior palatal seal area. So that you have to mark with the help of indelible pencil. Okay. So once you have marked the posterior palatal seal area, then trim any excess material that is present behind the posterior palatal seal area. Then take the green stick. We are routinely using green stick material, which is a gold standard material, green stick. So green stick material, it is a thermoplastic. So we have to use heat for tempering it. Heat means Bunsen burner. We have to use first heat that material with the rolling motion over the Bunsen burner, and then that Bunsen burner apply over the molten material, that is a tempered material, apply over the borders that you are going to record. So see in that picture. So that green stick material is applied over the border, posterior border. And again that material tempered in the warm water, not boiled water. It is a border temperature. It should be near to 55 to 65 degrees centigrade only. 55 to 60 degrees centigrade only. Because green stick is basically it is a what? It is a material of class 2 of impression compound, right? So it is a green stick material. It is a basically class of impression compound material. So that material we have to temper in the deep in the 55 to 65 degrees centigrade warm water, and again manipulated with the help of hand. Shape it with the help of hand, and then place inside the oral cavity and do the cheek movement. What kind of cheek movement? Upper for upper one, what we have to do? Make upward. Cheek, make it upward. Okay. Then outward and downward. That is the manipulation doing for the buccal, that buccal flange area. Buccal flange area. Upward, outward, downward. That movement we have to do manipulation to record the buck, buccal flange area. Again, in most posterior area of this buccal flange, that is posterior area, that you have to record with the side to side movement of the mandible and opening movement of the mandible. Why? To record the coronoid process of the buccal cell, buccal area, posterior buccal area, side to side movement and opening movement, opening closing movement, and side to. So this will record the buccal area, the posterior part of the buccal flange. Okay. Then frenum, buccal frenum. What the movement you have to do? You have to do first anterior, posterior, and inward movement. So anterior, posterior, and inward movement. That will record the buccal frenum. So what are the muscle present in the buccal frenum? Oxygenator, orbicularis ovaris, and levator anguli ovaris. So that muscle we have to trim, we have to save in the stick material. Okay, so this is molding of the buccal area. Then mold anterior, what we have to record, we have to vestibule, we have to record in the wheel stick materials. Again that wheel stick kept over the roll over the Bunsen burner, apply over the labial flange and dip in the warm water. So it will be tempered and placed in the oral cavity and orient the tray in the buccal labial frenum area and do the relieve the frenum and do the again cheek movement outward, upward and inward. So that movement we have to do to record the labial flange and relieve the labial frenum. Okay, and for the posterior palatal cili area, what movement we have to do? First, what we have to do? We have to temper the material, place over the posterior palatal cili area, and always remember for recording posterior palatal area, always position head. It should be 30-degree downward. What position head? It should be 30-degree downward. Why? Because the soft palatal muscle, it should be always in the functional position. So take in the 30-degree downward. Head bend anteriorly in the 30-degree downward position and do the movement by saying the ha, 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 vigorous and non-vigorous. So that will record the posterior palatal C area. Okay, and always remember your border molding. If there is a positive contact in the sulcus, then it should be look matted. There is a no contact, then it will be look like a shiny surface. Always remember your green stick is properly flowed or not in the sulcus. It will be replicated as a matted. Matted means upon dull appearance. It is a dull appearance. And जर कॉन्टॅक्ट नसेल सॉफ्ट टिश्यूचा म्हणजे सल्कसचा डेप्थचा तर कसं दिसेल ते शायनी सारखे दिसेल. म्हणजे तुम्ही बाहेर काढल्या तुम्हाला जर पाहिलं तर चमकल. म्हणजे काय? देयर इज अ नो कॉन्टॅक्ट ग्रीन स्टिकचा सल्कस. मग हे कसं ओळखू येतं आपल्याला? वी हॅव टू चेक द बॉर्डर मोल्डिंग in the light, whether it is shiny, then there is no contact. If it is dull or it is matted, then it is contacted to the depth of the sulcus. Okay. Same like for mandibular, trim the tray, check in the patient mouth 2 mm short of the sulcus, relieve the frenum, buccal and labial frenum. Again, check in the oral cavity 2 mm short evenly all around the buccal, labial and lingual area. Then what do? Again melt, again manipulate the material, glue stick material, apply over the buccal self area and place inside the oral cavity. So that manipulated material applied over the buccal self area, place in the oral and ask the patient to close and your finger pressure against the resistance. Means your glue stick should contact positively to the buccal cell area. Okay, then do label border molding. Again, the cheek movement, it should be first outward, downward and inward. Outward, downward and inward. That is the movement we have to do in recording the mandibular border molding. So relieve the frenum. Again the same manner, anterior, posterior and inward to record the buccal frenum. And for labial frenum, we have to purse the lip, lower lip, upward, outward and inward. That will record the labial frenum of the mandible. And for mandibular lingual arch, for mandibular lingual arch, what we have to do moment, ask the patient again same green stick material, apply the on the lingual flange, dip in the warm water of temperature 55 to 65 degrees centigrade and do the tongue movement. Tongue movement, what kind of tongue movement we have to ask the patient to do? That is, apply the tongue or the buccal, left buccal, right buccal cheek forcefully. That will record the lingual flange. And for alveolo-lingual surface, anterior portion, what we have to apply, ask the patient to sweep the tongue to the upper lip, from the left side to right side, left side to right side, right side to left side. Sweep the upper lip like that. So that will record the alveolo-lingual sulcus. And for retromolar curtain area, what movement we have to ask to the patient? Apply the tongue, press the tongue against the handle. For holding handle, mandibular, there is a straight handle. So apply the tongue, press the tongue over that handle. So that will record the retromolar curtain area. So posterior most lingual part we have to record by applying the tongue pressure over that handle area. So that will record the mandibular retromyloid curtain area. So this is all about the border molding. So what we have done, we have manipulated by hand and at the same time functional movement, patient are doing the functional movement, tongue movement, left side, right side, anterior sweeping. So that is the functional movement done by the patient to record the peripheral tracing or peripheral border molding. So that we have to record what that we have to do in the border molding. Then after completing border molding, we have to remove the wax spacer. Remove the wax spacer, make the holes. Why holes are made? We are making holes, escape hole. That will remove the excess material, zinc oxide, nutrition paste, alginate material, or light body material. So that escape hole act as a equalize this pressure oral cavity equally. So escape hole allow the excess material to flow outside and even pressure it should be applied over that way. Then what are the different fine impression material? Irreversible hydrocolloid, that is alginate, zinc oxide is impression paste, that is metallic paste, polysulfide, light body, polyether, light body, condenser silicon, light body, polyvinyl silicone, addition silicon, that is light body. And various mouth temperature waxes are used to record the final impression. Again, how much thickness is recommended for spacer for zinc oxide visual impression paste? Only 0.5 millimeter thickness is allowed to get wash impression. For alginate, 3 millimeter. And for plaster, 1.5 millimeter. And for elastomeric material, 0.5 to 1.5 millimeter, depending on the viscosity. So that much spacer is required. If you are using zinc oxidation or impression as a wash impression material, then what you have to use? Only 0.5 millimeter thickness wax spacer. Okay. If you are using alginate as a final impression, then you have to use 3 millimeter wax spacer in the custom tray. If you are using plaster for wash impression, then we have to use 1.5 millimeter thickness wax, and that wax you have to remove before making the impression. Always keep in mind. Okay. Then on the mixing pad, take the equal rope because this is the proportioning of the washed impression material. If you are using zinc oxide urinal impression paste, then make equal rope, base paste and catalyst paste, and make mixing spatula. Always use not a cement spatula. Use the thick bladed. See the thick bladed, thick bladed impression material spatula, manipulation material spatula. Okay, to and use a wide area for circular motion. So and check whether it is a homogeneously mix or not against the back side of the glass slab. So you can see homogeneous mix, or it is if strings are appear, then again mix and mix it for only 45 second, 45 second, otherwise it will set fast. Okay, load in the impression tray, upper for upper, it is a place in the impression tray evenly, all the borders, all the spacer area, all the peripheral, all the area, place in the oral cavity, and again do the same movements, stick movement for upper, upward, outward, and inward, and for mandibular, outward, downward, and inward. So that movement we have to do for upper and lower mandibular recording, upper and lower recording of the relieve the phenum, labial phenum, buccal phenum, same movement that we are doing in the border molding. Side to side movement, if the maxilla, if you are doing the maxilla, side to side movement, opening movement. For mandibular, we are recording tongue movement, left side, right side, cheek movement, sweeping of the upper lip against the handle, and downward, outward, and inward for hand manipulation. So that will record the wash impression in the very refined and very well manner, and that will give as a wash impression. So always remember your zinc oxide is your impression material or light body. It should not be there only thin layer, only thin layer, it should be present on the borders, only thin layer, then that only considered as a wash impression. If the thick layer is present, that means there is a either your border molding is not proper, or you are not manipulated properly. So wash impression, it should be always only thin layer all around the borders. Then and then it will be look like the wash impression material. Okay. So that is the completeness, or that is the only, so that will be look like a very refined. So any minute details, even salivary glands openings are recorded in the wash impression. So what we are using? Thin, highly viscous material means viscosity, that depend on the viscosity. If you are using light body, then it is a very thin material. Zinc oxide is usual material, very thin material. So that will record very minute details in the your impression tray. Okay, so that finally it will use very refined, very refined and very manipulative material that will record all the anatomical data, limiting structure, supporting structure, and relief structure. So all these things are we have to record in the modern molding and wash impression. So this is all about any wash, more important steps in the recording. If your final impression is proper, then your master cast will be proper and your denture will be very refined, very accurate for function of the patient. For during mastication, it will not fall. So it will fulfill all the five principles. That is preservation of the what is remaining edentinous area. Again, support, stability, retention, and aesthetic. When you are doing proper border molding and you are recording any limiting structure within the physiological limits. So friends, this is all about the border molding and final equation of upper and lower mandibular arch. So that would help you your routine clinical practice and in your clinics in doing the confidential patients. Okay, so this is all about bottom level and final equation. Okay. If you have any queries, then you can ask. Okay. Yes, if you have any queries, yes, participants, any doubt, anything? Yes, friend.
So, mandibular
Yes, yes, yeah, mandibular.
mandibular border molding is look like more difficult than maxillary.
No, no,
How
no.
it is hard to be done?
Yeah. Very good question. Yeah, very good question, beta. See, eh, first, most important thing is your tray selection. ट्रे सिलेक्शन तुमचं जर प्रायमरी इम्प्रेशन जर चांगलं आलं तर फायनल इम्प्रेशन चांगले तुमचा ट्रे जे आम्ही पाहतो तो ट्रे खूप एक्सटेंडेड असतो रे त्याच्यामुळे तुमची बॉर्डर बोर्डिंग प्रॉपरली येत नाही इरिटेशन येत नाही स्टेबिलिटी येत नाही काहीच जर तुमचा ट्रे सल्कस पासून 2 मिलीमीटर जर तुम्ही पेशंट